Okay, welcome back. In our previous video, we actually show you how to process grayscale images using Matplotlib. In this video, we will be actually doing the same stuff, but we will be using the same stuff using OpenCV package in Python. And here I have written a command with which you can install OpenCV. Just go to Anaconda shell and type this command, and OpenCV will be installed for you. OpenCV is very specialized library for computer vision tasks and image processing. Very powerful, very fast, built on top of NumPy. We will be using OpenCV more or less almost everywhere in this course whenever we need to perform some computer vision tasks. So let me give some heading here. So grayscale images in OpenCV. So let's say we are now going to do that. To import OpenCV package, you need to write after installing it. So because in my machine I have already installed OpenCV. In your machine, you have to install OpenCV using this command, and there are other ways as well. Matplotlib, on the other hand, is installed as a built-in package. You need not to separately install it, but OpenCV you have to install it independently. So import CV2, that's the OpenCV package. So you import that, it runs. Now let's read the same grayscale image from our computer. If you remember that, that's Einstein's image, grayscale image. So let's read that image. Control C. So here you will write, let's say im2 or img, let's say, is equal to cv2 dot imread. And here you will give the path of the image. And after that, if you want to read the image in terms of grayscale, you also have to set a flag cv2.imread_grayscale. So for example, cv2.imread, that's read grayscale. Yeah. So cv2.imread grayscale, and that will actually be a notification to OpenCV that read this image as a grayscale image. Otherwise, it will read the image in a different way that we will see later on when we will be covering the RGB images. So that's the image has been read now. If we see the type of this image, that's NumPy array, just like before, as we saw in our previous video in Matplotlib. If we see the D type of this image, it should also be unsigned integer 8. And if we see the shape of this image, that's exactly the shape like 2D matrix. In Matplotlib, this image data structure or variable was read-only. Let's see whether that's the case in OpenCV. When OpenCV reads the image, is this the same or not? So let's say 23, 100. Let's try to modify this pixel value with a 200. And now we can see if Matplotlib reads the image, it gives you a read-only variable. However, in OpenCV, if you read the image, it gives you a complete modifiable matrix if you want. By the way, if you have read the image using OpenCV, you can display the image again using Matplotlib if you want. So for example, im cmap gray, no problem. You can use OpenCV for reading an image, and you can use Matplotlib for displaying an image, or you can display the image using OpenCV as well. And there are a couple of commands to do that. First of all, you have to call cv2.imshow. If you want to show the image using, you have to set the image window name, whatever the name is, and then the matrix. Then you have to wait for a key, because if you do not do that, the image will instantaneously get displayed and will vanish out, and you will not notice whether the image has been displayed or not. So wait key, and there you can set an integer 0. And then after doing that, you have to call a destroy all windows function in OpenCV. So it looks like destroy all windows, DES. Yeah. So it looks like more work than Matplotlib, but later on it actually gives a beautiful handle and beautiful control over the images. So if you do that, the image will be displayed as a separate window, not in the Jupyter Notebook. So that's the image that is being displayed in its original size. Now, if you actually, you can press different keys, that wait key function, if I press any key, the image will vanish out. Rest of the story is exactly like the same. You can play with the image. You can modify the image. For example, let me modify and save the image using OpenCV. For example, image. Let me modify the image starting from, let's say 3, or maybe let's say 500 to, let's say 700, and then let's say 500 to that's row, that's column, let's say 500 to 600. Let me make that as pure white, 255, and let me now display the image using OpenCV or Matplotlib, whatever the way I want. So now you can see the image with a complete white patch here. I can press any key here, and the image will vanish out. And now I can save that image, cv2.imwrite, and there I can give the path of the image. So let me copy that path from here, gray. So if I just Control C, and I can give that path here, modified in OpenCV, and then after that I have to give the variable name, and I need not to set any flag here, and it will be saved as a grayscale image. So it should have been saved. So let's go and see. As you can see here, the image has been saved. The modified image has been saved. So the purpose of this video was just to introduce you with OpenCV and grayscale images, and far more importantly, to show you that a grayscale image indeed is a grid of numbers, and you can change those numbers and corresponding color values can be changed. Later on we will see in the next video how the color can be introduced. What are these RGB images in which you have yellow color, red color, and green color, and magenta color, and all that kind of stuff. I've shown you several times this directory. If you see this image is no longer a grayscale image. So what kind of image is this? That's a colored image, but how the colored images are treated in computer, how OpenCV and Matplotlib and different packages, they manage these kind of images. So we will see that in our next video. Hope to see you in the next video.